Corsair is known for making some pretty awesome products that tend to be a little more on the expensive side, and that's why the HS35 is an interesting product to look at. At a price of just $40, it actually has a more budget-friendly price tag than most of their other stuff that's out there. But the question is, what did they sacrifice to get the price that low? Let's find out. Corsair ships the headset with a splitter cable for connecting to devices with separate audio jacks and a little warranty guide. Because it just uses a standard 3.5mm connector, it should work on pretty much anything with a 3.5mm jack, including PC, consoles, and mobile devices as well. It's pretty lightweight at just 230 grams, not including the cable or the detachable microphone, and I think that's pretty good because lightweight headsets tend to be less noticeable on your head and they're just kind of overall more comfortable, especially if you're wearing them for long periods of time. Corsair went with a nice fabric material on the ear pads, with only the innermost sections being that fake leather stuff, and the same cushions and materials used on the inner headband as well. For a budget headset, these cushions are really nice, and it helps kinda give the impression that it's a bit more on the premium side. The ear cups extend outward from the headband, offering a bit of adjustability to help fit a variety of different head shapes and sizes, and there's also some hard stops there to keep them locked into position. And they can also tilt and swivel, but the swivel's pretty limited in terms of how much it'll allow you to move it. Still though, a lot of headsets out there don't offer any kind of swivel adjustment at all, so it's really nice to have this, especially on a budget model. Overall, the nice padding and adjustability make for a pretty comfortable fit, with the only drawback being the clamping force, which I think is a little bit too strong, but to be fair, they are pretty much brand new, so maybe they'll loosen up over time. It's pretty much entirely made of plastic, with the exception of the headband extension, which is made of metal. Overall, the entire headset does feel solid, even though it's pretty plasticky feeling, and it does have quite a bit of flexibility as well. And the cable connection to the ear cup's pretty solid too, which is a good thing because I think that's one of the most common points of failure with a wired gaming headset. You know, where the cable gets caught on your desk or your chair and you go to get up and then the whole thing tears off? It definitely happens, so a good strong connection's a must-have. The cable measures 1.8 meters long, and it's just a plain ordinary rubber cable. But what's cool is that they matched its color to the headset. It's red on this one because I have the red version, but you can expect it to match up on the blue, green, and black versions as well. On the back of the left ear cup, there's a volume control wheel and a microphone mute switch, and they're both easy to reach and press, but they're also both pretty cheap feeling. Some better quality buttons and controls would have been nice, but you know, this is supposed to be a budget-friendly headset, so I guess we can't be too picky. Audio is delivered by large 50mm diameter drivers with a frequency response of 20 to 20,000. One of the first things that I did with the HS35 was plug them in on my PC and listen to some music, and overall, I would have to say it wasn't the best sound that I've ever heard, not by a long shot actually. It's really exaggerated and it just sounds like there's too much going on, if that makes any sense, which is really not ideal for music. Overall, the soundstage is just really messy sounding. Now, gaming was an entirely different experience altogether, where I actually thought the HS35 was really good. Weapon sounds were lively and punchy, and most importantly, it was really easy to hear directional sounds like footsteps, weapon reloads, and doors opening and closing. So I think it's pretty safe to say that Corsair tuned the HS35 specifically for gaming, and I mean, I guess that makes sense because it is a gaming headset. The microphone's detachable, which I love, and it's just a thin, flexible boom, and there's no windscreen or pop filter. Using the highest level sample rate and bit depth that Windows will allow, this is what the microphone sounds like on the Corsair HS35. I think it's pretty safe to say that Corsair is not going to be breaking any records with this microphone quality. To me, it kind of sounds more like a wireless microphone where you've got bandwidth limitations introduced in there. You see that on a lot of wireless microphones, especially lower end budget models. But that's a bit weird because this one is not a wireless microphone. So you're going to have to keep that in mind. Are people going to be able to hear you in a game? Absolutely, it should be just fine for that. But if you need better recording quality, whether that's for streaming or for YouTube videos or whatever, then you're probably going to want to look at a dedicated microphone to use with the HS35, or perhaps a different headset altogether. At the end of the day, I do like the HS35. I think it's a good budget option, coming in around $40 and actually even less than that when it's on sale. I don't think it's offering the best sound for music or the highest microphone quality, but the build quality, the comfort, and the gaming audio performance, which matters the most, can make it a worthwhile option for the right type of user. So if you want to pick up your own Corsair HS35, I'm going to put the purchasing links right down in the description of this video. Make sure you check those out and hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any upcoming content. And we'll see ya.